SMT Nation, we back. Nation, please do check out my partner, Mint Mobile. Save money on your phone bill, all while supporting our channel. The partner link is in the description. Take advantage of their promotion right now. They've got a 6-month of free service when you buy a phone and purchase the 6-month plan. They've got incredible deals. It's a great value, excellent customer care, and all this just awesome package. Very proud to say that we have partnered with Mint Mobile. We're excited to go ahead and get you guys introduced to them. Partner link in the description. All right, folks. So I found this article over at Light Reading, Mike Dano. It's actually a really good read. I encourage you to check out this article. So, I'll put the link in the description. But there is one particular part that kind of inspired me to make this video and bring up this talking point. Okay, so the way that this is constructed in terms of the title, here are 4 big themes for 5G in 2023. I don't know if this has much or anything to do with 5G per se, but more about Verizon. Okay, so I'm just going to read a little bit from it and then give you guys kind of my interpretation of what this is saying and then my take. Okay, so the opening paragraph states, despite struggling to retain its mobile customers during much of 22, Verizon said the company does not intend to implement any major strategic changes during 23. This basically says whatever Verizon has been doing, they are going to continue with that trajectory. So their retail operations, their promotional strategy, their customer retention, their fixed wireless access, their network, pretty much everything is going to be the same. Analysts' reaction to Verizon's intentions has been mixed. Quote, Verizon faces a challenging operating environment with market share that will be difficult to maintain in an increasingly competitive market. I totally agree. I don't think there are any truer words. The market is ultra competitive. AT&T offering a better cost structure, along with, some qualifying discounts and things of that nature. Their promos are much better. Current customers and then new customers get the same deal, right? That promo has really resonated with the market. T-Mobile always been a better value, offering good value with respect to, Magenta MAX and all that comes with it. But really it's the cost and it's the free lines, right? They can basically give you the same type of plan for half the price, right? When you consider the free lines, right? If 3 lines on Verizon's most expensive plan probably puts you somewhere around $200. With T-Mobile, it's going to probably put you somewhere closer to like $110 or something, right? Like $100. Okay, whatever the Magenta MAX pricing is for 3 lines. It's buy 2, get 1 free. Regardless, it is very, very competitive. And it says, further down in the paragraph, the price gap between them and the challengers is growing. The outlook isn't great. 2023 expectations and the stock price largely appear to reflect this. So the market's not expecting anything to change. Verizon has hinted they're not really going to be changing their guidance, their strategy, or any of that. Folks, last year, 2022, was hard on Verizon. They didn't grow. They lost customers. Their churn rate was elevated. All those things, that's all true. The year before, we didn't have the same economic pressures. So we didn't see it really become a problem until 2022. 23 is going to be harder economically in all likelihood, with some really rough quarters for Verizon. In fact, I expect Q1 of this year to be worse than Q1 of last year. And I expect Q2 this year to be worse than Q2 last year. And I expect Q3 of this year to be worse than Q3 of last year. You see, those are my predictions with respect to retail and consumer postpaid. I don't know. I think fixed wireless will continue to be a shining star for them. It'll be a bright spot for them. I think business will continue to stay afloat. I don't think those things will be a problem. I'm speaking to consumer retail. Customers aren't looking at Verizon in retail the same way they used to. They're looking at T-Mobile. They're looking at AT&T. They're looking at big cable. Now, this has to be said because the strategy absolutely matters. A lot of people have opinions and agree or mostly disagree with the direction or the promotional competitiveness, retail operations of Verizon. And customer care has become an issue too. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I think that's probably one of their worst issues. And that's probably been one of the reasons why the churn rate's been up. But I think the trouble comes from this. If we evaluate Verizon's strategy, and their strategy is to grow through cable, which they are. Like, yeah, Verizon doesn't get the same ARPU. They're not as profitable when they have to sell wholesale to Comcast and Charter. But truth be told, those are their customers. They don't have to deal with the billing. They don't have to deal with the accounting. And those are not high usage customers, so the ARPU is going to be much lower. But there's something to be said about them growing through cable, which makes the Verizon commitment to their strategy look less bad. Like, I get it. We all want Verizon to be more competitive on the branding, the branded side of their business. But they are content growing through cable. Folks, cable added 900,000 customers last quarter on the back of Verizon. The revenues are going to Verizon. Cable doesn't even make money on their mobile lines. It helps them retain customers on their cable ops, right? In terms of that market share, that's all they care about. But Verizon's the one making a little bit of money on those customers. Those are customers that would likely be going to AT&T or T-Mobile if it wasn't for cable retaining them. So basically what I'm saying is that Verizon is growing through cable. They don't communicate this. They don't talk about this at their earnings conferences, which they should. Maybe they just don't want to kind of blow up the spot, and they don't want to make like cable look bad, or because they're their wholesale customers or whatever, business customers. But it's the truth. And this is not, I'm no Verizon apologist. We can objectively say that it aggravates us that they're not more competitive when it comes to promotions and traditional branded retail. They just don't do it there. But they do grow through cable, and they don't have to fight themselves, right? They themselves don't have to compete directly with AT&T and T-Mobile. They let cable fight for them. They basically are using cable as a shield to keep them away from competitive pressures. Let cable compete with AT&T. Let cable, Comcast and Charter, Spectrum and Xfinity, let them compete and deal with the T-Mobile onslaught of marketing and the pricing. Let them deal with that, right? Verizon wants to focus on, they want to be evaluated on revenues and profits and margins and those things. But I think at some point, if Verizon wants to be wise, they have to communicate this. This is one of the things I think they have failed to do, is remind people that is their revenue that big cable is generating off of their backs. And they don't care. Verizon doesn't really seem to mind all that much. But I think they should communicate for the sake of their stock price, for the sake of their stock, for the sake of people understanding what's really going on. Because I know a lot of people want them to be more competitive. Folks, they do it through cable. Go get a cable operator's mobile service. And then they've got other channels, right? They've got Visible. They've got prepaid, all the track phone brands. You can get Verizon for less money, but the branded stuff, they're keeping premium. That's not changing. But don't sleep on cable. That is an extension of Verizon and their revenues. It absolutely is. Maybe not to the greatest ARPU, but at least that money is not going to T-Mobile or AT&T. What do you guys think about this? What's your take? How do you think things are going to play out? I think it's going to play out the same way that it did last year. Big gains for big cable. That will continue to keep money in-house at Verizon. But if you guys think it's going to be different, let me know, and then let me know if you see this differently. Love to hear what you have to say on this. You all the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Like, share, subscribe for more. Turn on the bell notification icon to never miss an upload. Links in the description for all things going on with the channel. Big shout out to our partner, mmWave. Check them out. Save money on your phone bill, all while supporting the channel. Partner link in the description. Big shout out to the YouTube members and the patrons for making content on this channel possible. Thank you, y'all the goats, and for everybody for watching. Thank you. We shall see you all in the next video. Peace.